Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Because we need some help painting the town red tonight for AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts. These are, in fact, my live watch long reactions. Thanks for tuning in and listening. As always, I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Coin Luke 96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button, share hashtag AEW, hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag Blood and Guts. Chat questions and comments, super chat, super stickers, super likes, always greatly appreciated as well. Tonight's main event, inside Blood and Guts. It'll be the Blackpool Combat Club taking on the Jericho Appreciation Society. We'll also hear from Christian Cage once again this evening, along with a singles matchup between Orange Cassidy and All Ego Ethan Page, along with a six-man tag team match, a trios match on AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts here tonight as well. A match that was recently, within the past hour or so, added to the show tonight. It'll be Max Caster of the Acclaimed, along with Austin and Colton Gunn, the Ass Boys, taking on Danhausen and two tag team partners of his choosing. So we'll see what happens there. But other than that, they do not have anything else announced. Now, last year for AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts, technically was the makeup for the first ever Blood and Guts match that was supposed to happen a little over 2 years ago now, right as COVID hit in March of 2020. That match was near an hour long, from 9 to 10 o'clock, so that's probably why they only have a few things announced. Of course, could add some more. We'll see how they fill the show, along with some video packages and backstage segments as well. Yeah, Blood and Guts about to begin very shortly. So just once again, thank you for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. We'll see what match kicks off the night. And also, let me know in the comments below who you have winning between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society, as we are coming off of Forbidden Door this past Sunday night from the Windy City in Chicago, Illinois, just north of Motown tonight for Dynamite and a Rampage taping. So those spoilers will be out before midnight for Rampage Friday night at 10 o'clock. But in the meantime, AEW Dynamite, we're going to light the fuse and break the boom. AEW Dynamite on TBS. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Good old Jim Ross, Excalibur, and Tony Schiavone on the call. They have the AEW half entrance coming up in the main event. Blood and Guts tonight. Blackpool Combat Club and Jericho Appreciation Society. A bit more on that a little bit later on. Also tonight, open challenge for the TBS Women's Championship. Jade Cargill will defend. The six-man trios match, as mentioned, with Caster and the Ass Boys taking on Danhausen and a few tag team partners. Christian Cage will also be live. Orange Cassidy and Ethan Page and kick off the show. So that'll be up next. Orange Cassidy coming off of a loss at Forbidden Door against... And here comes Orange Cassidy with some new entrance music. But, yeah. Freshly squeezed lost Will Ospreay on Sunday at Forbidden Door in the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship match. You know, Orange Cassidy with some new entrance music here this evening. There is... Oh, my. Yeah. Trent and Chucky T dressed in all tie-dye for what's going around right now, but We still have Excalibur and Taz on commentary for Dynamite. Hopefully JR is okay. He filled in later on in the night on Sunday night for Forbidden Door. The last 4 matches, he'll probably just call the main event now tonight. He might be getting some breaks. But, we're coming off of Forbidden Door, as mentioned. Here comes Ethan Page of American Top Team, one half of Men of the Year, with the TNT champion and Scorpio Sky. Dan Lambert's got a mic in his hand, so we'll shut up and see what he has to say. Fighting Dog. They are in Detroit at Little Caesars Arena, Pizza. Orange Cassidy, Ethan Page, kicking off Dynamite Blood and Guts, and Dan Lambert has a bottle of orange juice in his hand. The referee is in fact hazmat suit, Bryce Remsburg. All right, Dan Lambert wants Best Friends to exit ringside, and the crowd is telling Dan Lambert to shut the fuck up. He wants him out. He'll probably stay ringside, though, I bet. And or they come out later on the match and screw over Ethan Page, help Orange Cassidy, and he picks up the win. The Best Friends have been ejected. Na chant. There's 2 rings set up, by the way, as well. Of course, for a Blood and Guts match later on tonight in the main event. But, they went with the half entrance once again. Bullshit chant for Best Friends being ejected, but what are you going to do about it? Bell rings, match underway, here we go. So this match is going to be on the left side of the ring. Blood and Guts with the 2 rings, sort of like War Games, if you will. But with a cage, like Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, but that's what War Games is as well. So if there was no War Games, we'd probably never have Hell in a Cell, Elimination Chamber, let alone Blood and Guts. Once again here tonight, Orange Cassidy, hands in pockets, Ethan Page taking him down. But yeah, as Best Friends were ejected, Dan Lambert gets to stay ringside. So, I don't know why Orange Cassidy didn't say, hey, you need out of here too, but Orange Cassidy posing as Ethan Page, following a takedown, but tonight should be all right. I mean, the Blood and Guts match this year, because of a few injuries, honestly isn't as good as what it was last year, let alone what it could have been 2 years ago in a match that, at the end of the day, never happened. They got changed, and those ended up turning into Stadium Stampedes. But, with COVID, now back on the road, Blood and Guts returns. Like I said, should be a good night. We'll see how the main event stacks up to last year's, but, that doesn't really matter, because each one's going to be different at the end of the day, so we'll try to stay clear of that. But Orange Cassidy off the ropes. Nice big shoulder tackle by Ethan Page. Ethan Page here before too long, I would think, is going to go after Scorpio Sky in the TNT title. They'll eventually have them turn on one another, and boom, there you go. There goes the Dynamite, and here we are on AEW Dynamite for Blood and Guts. freshly squeezed chant from the crowd. But yeah, because Ethan Page and Dan Lambert had gotten what they got at the beginning of the match, Orange Cassidy would find a way to win this, I would think. Especially coming off the loss against Ospreay at Forbidden Door as well. Match he knew, for the most part, probably was going to win anyway. He got attacked post-match by the United Empire before Shibata came out, so we'll see connection-wise with the relationship between AEW and New Japan, if that's going to continue, as we move along, or if they're only going to do it, once a month for the once a year that they do Forbidden Door, if that makes sense. If they ever do Forbidden Door again. Because at the end of the day, it could just be a one-time thing. I highly doubt it, but Dan Lambert now doing the pose and an Orange Cassidy kick ringside. Remember, he's got a bottle of orange juice in his left hand as well. Ethan Page posing in the turnbuckle, gives the camera a smile, but they hit, in the meantime, a split-screen commercial, so get back to the action momentarily. Hashtag AEW Dynamite. We share this live watch-along reaction stream on social media. And once again, thanks for tuning in and listening audio only. AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts live watch-along reactions live here on YouTube with myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Corey and Luke96. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Links in the description below. Thumbs up button. Share, chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers, and super likes. Always greatly appreciated. And be sure to tune back in on Saturday as well for live watch-along reactions of WWE Money in the Bank. So, from Forbidden Door to Blood and Guts, Money in the Bank on Saturday night. And hopefully everyone has a happy and safe 4th of July weekend as well. But in the meantime, Blood and Guts, split screen commercial. We'll get back to the action momentarily. But they are in Motor City of Detroit, Michigan. Maybe Jimmy Hoffa will make an appearance in the main event for Blood and Guts, because I'm sure he's looked like that for a good almost 50 years at this point now. But nonetheless, I'll digress. Little Caesars Arena in Detroit. We'll see how the show goes, but when you have a show, it's called Blood and Guts, and that's your main event. Everything else that's proceeding, especially with the card the way it is. Really the only match I'm looking forward to tonight now, other than the Blood and Guts match, is that 6-man tag with Caster and the Ass Boys along with Danhausen. So, once again, we'll see how this goes. But they went with the half-screened entrance with the LED boards at the back of the tunnels as well, just because, of course, they have fans sitting behind the entrance, once again, for selling as many tickets as they did. They've done this 3 times now. Once earlier this month, or 4 weeks ago, when they're out in LA for the first time at the Forum. And then, as that was right after Double or Nothing, we sort of started the build for Forbidden Door. Punk then that Friday, had to announce his injury. Moxley on Sunday Forbidden Door just became the interim AEW World Champion. But they also had this entrance Sunday at Forbidden Door as well, back tonight. They'll hit upstate New York next week, followed by a 2-week stop in Georgia, Massachusetts, Ohio, Minnesota, West Virginia, back in the Midwest right before All Out, which will be Labor Day weekend and be here before you know it. As here we are, it's already the 4th of July, All Out weekend, football season begins as well, so yeah. Knock knock, who's there? Well, it was a Forbidden Door. Christmas is right around the corner. But back to it. Orange Cassidy, Ethan Page on Dynamite. This is Blood and Guts. Sold out crowd for the most part, it seems like. Orange Cassidy up on Page's shoulders, but he's still trying to put his hands in his pockets. And he does just that. Ethan Page going to go for a power bomb. Oh, shit. Orange Cassidy almost landed right on his head. Reversed out of it, and then Ethan Page falls on his back, so maybe an elbow drop. Dan Lambert, remember, he's still ringside. Ref didn't see it, but he wants Orange Cassidy also DQ'd for kicking him. But meantime, Page back to his feet, lifting Orange Cassidy high in the air. Nice big power slam, cover. 1, 2, kick out. We'll go probably for another 5 to 8 minutes, I would think. Normally the opening contests on Dynamite go a good 15-20 minutes to start the show before whatever's going to be next is in fact next then at that point. So yeah, it looks like Blood and Guts will be about an hour long, as it was last year from 9 to 10. And everything else going to be here in this first hour. So we have this. We'll hear from Christian. TBS Women's Championship match. There's the graphic for that. As Ethan Page flips off the camera. And then, we'll get a 6-man tag with the Acclaimed, the Ass Boys, and Danhausen. Nice big DDT there from Orange Cassidy, excuse me. But he rips off his elbow brace. Fist in the air. Here comes Dan Lambert. No. Yep, he's getting up on the ring apron. He's got that bottle of orange juice still. And then Orange Cassidy with a couple taps. Oh. Breast rubs, yeah, whatever, do anymore. And then Orange Cassidy grabs the orange juice from Dan Lambert, takes a swig, hands it back, gives him a thumbs up, but Ethan Page from behind, misses with clothesline, and then an orange punch from Orange Cassidy. Orange missed to Dan Lambert. He didn't swallow that orange juice. Another orange punch to Ethan Page. Nice big power slam and a cover. This should do it. 1, 2, 3. Orange Cassidy with the win over Ethan Page. Kickoff Dynamite Blood and Guts this evening. Good match. It's a good match. What's up, big dog? What you doing, buddy? So Orange Cassidy with new entrance music. Best Friends got kicked out. He picks up the win over Ethan Page, following a few orange punches and some orange mist and a power slam. Kip Sabian sitting front row with the cardboard box still on his head. There's Trent and Chucky. Trent's name should be Tommy. You can call him Rugrats. They hug it out. Camera zooms out. Thumbs up. So it seems like Best Friends is back together. And we go to commentary now. Excalibur, Taz, and Tony Schiavone. No JR. If he's coming out, it'll be for the Blood and Guts match. So they're giving him some time off from doing everything. Now we got a AEW Dynamite. Blood and Guts DraftKings promo. So, what do we got to answer? Yeah, basically, what's going to happen? Well, at the end of the night, I can tell you what's going to happen. That's going to be the Blackpool Combat Club probably picking up the win. If I'd have a choice on who would end up winning, because, I mean, making the most sense out of it, even though Chris Jericho is a wizard and, you know, shoots fireballs at people now, they just won at Forbidden Door. Now, Cesaro Claudio, who just debuted in AEW as well, he also just won his singles match against Zack Sabre Jr. at Forbidden Door as well. But Moxley's your new interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion. The Blackpool Combat Club with Mox, Bryan Danielson's injured, replacement Claudio. You have, of course, Regal as your manager, as it's War Games. I mean, blood and guts. But, you know, Wheeler Yuta and then Santana and Ortiz are also in this match against Jericho Appreciation Society. Jericho, Jake Hager, Jack Swagger, who has not done a damn thing in AEW in almost 3 years. We'll also see Jericho's Appreciation Society wardrobe, because last year they came out in full prison gear. But yeah, Jericho, Hager, Daniel Garcia, along with who am I missing? 2.0, and there's somebody else. Why am I drawing a blank? It's 6-on-6 this year rather than the 5-on-5 it was last year. Oh, I'm forgetting Eddie and Sammy. That's who I'm forgetting about. All right. Yeah. So, yeah, the Blackpool Combat Club's Moxley, Danielson, and Wheeler Yuta, they can kick his ass out now that Claudio's in. Good three-man stable. You know, Santana and Ortiz are only there because, you know, they're no longer with Jericho in the Inner Circle. Jake Hager is still hanging on his coattails. But they've been replaced with 2.0. Sammy's still there as well. They put him back, you know, Jericho, so people quit shitting on him for, you know, him and Tay always giving us XXX as 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shivani at the top of the ramp. Gonna hand the mic over to Christian Cage here, and Jungle Boy is probably gonna come out and attack him. We'll see if Luchasaurus is by his side. No, he's not. But recently, Christian turned on Jungle Boy. Cut a damn good promo recently as well about his late father. And Luke Perry, who I feel honestly would have loved Christian's promo about his own son in Jungle Boy, or Jungle Jack, or Jungle Boy Jack, or Jack Perry, or Jungle Boy Jack Perry, whatever the hell JR wants to call him tonight. But asshole chant from the crowd. Give me a second. What's Christian got to say tonight? And then we'll get back to, of course, talking about the Blood and Guts match and everything else with AEW. His dad. Yep. And I feel like if Luke Perry is still alive, too, he'd want to be in on this feud. Like, on screen. Jungle Boy. I'm sorry your whole entire family ain't dead yet. Those are fighting words right there. Yeah, he just turned on him recently, cut the promo last week. They'll have a match sooner or later. Christian tells Jungle Boy's mom to give him a call. Classy as always, Motown. Well, the Lions, the Tigers, the Pistons haven't been good in how long? Christian requested a match this week, but he never said it was for him. Probably Luchasaurus. What the hell is this? This is new entrance music for somebody. It's most definitely Luchasaurus. Yeah. Alright, so Luchasaurus is with Christian Cage now. And he hasn't changed one bit. He's still Luchasaurus. Alright, so they're going to add in a Luchasaurus match. Who's he going to be facing? Probably some damn jobber. Yep. Some dude in a fucking mask. Looks like he's got a watermelon on his head. Oh, it's Serpentico. Oh, God. This is going to be good. Not. Bell rings, match underway. Here we go. Luchasaurus' mask is a little darker. Give him credit there. Big headbutt. And the cover. And he's going to pick him up and suplex him. Okay. So Christian Cage is going to manage Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus is going to be his muscle. Luchasaurus also now turning on Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy by himself. In the long run, Christian will put over Jungle Boy. Serpentico slam back down and a submission. A tap out, and Luchasaurus with the however short of a match win that was. Not even 2 minutes, probably. Christian in the ring, raising the hand of Luchasaurus. Still to come, a 6-man tag and a TBS Women's Championship match, along with the main event of the evening, Blood and Guts. That'll feature the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society. Jon Moxley. Claudio is replacing Bryan Danielson. Will Yuta is still there. But then you also have Eddie Kingston along with Santana and Ortiz. So for them, it's, really 7-6 tonight because of the injury to DB. But 2 3-man groups with the AEW World Heavyweight Champion as well. And then Jericho 2.0 with, Daniel Garcia's with 2.0. Jericho's by himself, really. Hager's still riding the coattails. And then Sammy Guevara's, back in the fold with them because, it seemed to me they didn't want Sammy getting booed out of the building every week like he was with Tay because of their live Dynamite XXX movies they've been putting out. But okay, now backstage, Tony's interviewing Scorpio Sky as he stares down Wardlow. So Wardlow's going after the TNT title, it seems like. And they're going to keep the door open, of course, for MJF. When he does come back, he damn well will. Wardlow to become TNT champion. Well, he could go after that if he'd want, but in the long run, damn well, once Punk returns, he's going to beat Moxley, become the, unified champion. And then MJF challenges Punk for the AEW World title and probably ends up winning that as well, which is going to be a good thing. But All right, they're going to have a TNT title match on Dynamite next week. And I believe that's where Scorpio Sky also had won the TNT title in Rochester late last September, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe that was when Sammy defeated somebody. But yo, listen. All right. Tap Water and Flint. The Acclaimed and the Ass Boys. Where are we at tonight, Ass Boys? Chicago, Green Bay, Minneapolis, Ann Arbor, maybe East Lansing. Now he just hands the mic to Anthony Bowen and Detroit rather than doing two wrong cities and then the third right one. But the Acclaimed have arrived, so they're going to scissor each other. And we're going to get a trios match on Dynamite with Max Caster, the Acclaimed, Bowens, and Billy Ass ringside. But yeah, Caster and the Ass Boys with Danhausen and two tag team partners of his choosing. Danhausen about 12'2", 1,000 pounds. He's very nice, very evil. Danhausen, have had the honor of meeting Danhausen. He's got a mic in his hand. We'll see what he has to say. Alright. Pretty good at wrestling. Who's going to be Danhausen's tag team partners? It's FTR. Crowd goes nuts. It's Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, so yeah. They wanted a trios match, they got it, and it's going to be against Danhausen and the new IWGP and current ROH and AAA World Tag Team Champions. Really now all they need is the AEW Tag Team titles and the Impact and the WWE ones to have them all at the same time just for the hell of it. They've held the WWE ones before. You know, Impact relationship with AEW really isn't there anymore. It's AEW New Japan, rightfully so. But, yeah. Here's your six-man tag. And then the TBS Women's Championship match will be after this. Probably be real quick. We'll get to the top of the hour. And then have Blood and Guts begin between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society. So, yeah, FTR is your AAA World Tag Team Champions, your IWGP World Tag Team Champions now, along with still being your ROH Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions as well. And Death Before Dishonor is going to be in less than a month now. But, yeah, Caster and the Ass Boys, Danhausen and FTR on Dynamite. Bell rings, much underway. Here we go. The Guns and the tag team of the Revival start things off. They lock back up again. This big headlock. I would think Danhausen's coming in for the win. He's only wrestled a few times in AEW. Hell, he's been there since late January. I saw him debut live in person. Met him then a few weeks later. Actually just saw him again recently. Yeah. He lost his first ever AEW match on Dynamite early May. Of course, it turned into the tag team match, then a Double or Nothing with Hookhausen Danhausen and Hook, along with Mark Sterling and Tony Nese. Yeah, Tony Nese beat Danhausen like a few weeks before Double or Nothing in a pretty quick, not necessarily a squash match, but Danhausen, of course, was coming off of an injury. Didn't make sense, but it did because then they had the tag team match, and then, of course, Hookhausen picked up the win. Since then, this is Danhausen's first match, if I'm not mistaken, here tonight in his hometown and home state of Detroit, Michigan. But, yeah, they'll end up picking up the win, I think. Well, Danhausen tags in. Here we go. He's not going to get the hot tag, and I mean, he could still get the finish. But Danhausen, nice elbow drop off the ropes. Cover, one, and a kick out. Danhausen into the corner, getting beat up now by the Acclaim and the Ass Boys. Crowd's chanting something. Can't make it out, though. Yeah, but Danhausen's a cool, different kind of cat. No doubt about it. Danhausen off the top rope. Little Herker onto there. And a nice big hip toss. Here comes Caster. He gets tossed as well. I thought he was going to tell Billy Gunn to suck it, but he just got clotheslined. Couple big right hands. Guess what? We're going to go to commercial break, Excalibur. Yep, pitcher and pitcher. And tonight, Excalibur hitting all the commercial breaks on the dot. Last week, he was having a ton of trouble. I don't think he made a single one. But they were getting cut short every single break. I mean, you knew what he was saying, but the fact of the matter, it just doesn't look good. But Danhausen, in the meantime, hashtag AEW Dynamite, and share this live, watch along our stream on social media. Split screen commercial, still getting beat up in the middle of the ring. So, was wrong there. I thought he'd wait till the end, get the hot tag, come in for the win. And I mean, I still think Danhausen and FTR, no doubt about, going to win this, as they should. But I could also see them having Caster and the Ass Boys, you know, get some heat and pick up steal a win, if you will. Pick up a big underdog win. But yeah, Danhausen, nice knee drop, cover, 1, 2, and a kick out. Looking to make a tag. Surprised, honestly, they didn't have just Danhausen and Hook as Hookhausen in the tag team match against the Ass Boys. I mean, you can give Caster the night off every once in a while. I mean, the Acclaimed have really gotten over recently. I mean, they were pretty big before he said some shit. They suspended him. I mean, ever since he's been back, and it's been a while now, it seems like they're hotter than they ever have been. And the, you know, scissor me stuff, like, the crowd's into it. And, I mean, Danhausen just started calling the Gun Club, you know, the Ass Boys. And, well, Billy Gunn was Mr. Ass, you know, DX, you know, with Road Dogg. The New Age Outlaws, if you will. So, oh, you didn't know? Well, yeah, they're now the Ass Boys, and like, you have Danhausen to thank for some of this, and they've just run with it, and it's hit. And it seems like everybody, you know, loves it. But Danhausen, in the meantime, worked that whole entire commercial break, getting beat to hell here at Blood and Guts. Now he's going to try to fight back, but he gets thrown in the corner again, and Yeah. Danhausen's been looking for a tag and can't make it. Danhausen, a registered nurse, now, of course, is full-time in pro wrestling. Nice big drop kick cover, kick out at, well, more of a breakup at 2.5 by FTR. But yeah, they're looking to pick up a very nice and very evil win over the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys here tonight. We'll see if they can. Danhausen starting to crawl back. Makes a tag. And Dax Harwood just going to town with the rights and lefts. Taking out Caster, taking out the Ass Boys. There's Cash Wheeler. Double suplex by FTR to the Ass Boys. They roll them through, and they're going to hit them again. That's 2. Let's do 3. Yep, there you go. And then Cash tells Billy to suck it. Cash takes out one half of the Gun Club ringside because Dax is legal. That's 5 straight suplexes now. Caster looking to tag in. They get 6 suplex. Holy shit, Dax Harwood going to be the new mayor of Suplex City by the end of the night. I don't know what Brock Lesnar's going to have to say about that, but... Dax misses with the clothesline. Nice toss. That's a little bit of a botch. And then Dax holding his neck. Yeah, that didn't look good. He got hurt on Sunday, came back out though, but yeah, that was all screwy. That was supposed to go one way. They sort of went that way, but then reversed it, and went the other way, and it just didn't look great. Danhausen, in the meantime, looking to tag back in. So this might be that hot tag I was still talking about. Yeah, here comes Danhausen. Danhausen. Nice big kick. And now he's going to curse the Ass Boys. Tells them to go to sleep. Are you going to hit him with a GTS? Danhausen with a GTS. Oh, here comes Bowens. He ain't hurt anymore. Yeah. Danhausen trying to curse him, but he's got the crutch. Well, he still cursed him because he ducked. And then Bowens with the crutch takes out his partner. Dax pulling him out. Danhausen with a cover. 1, 2, 3. And yeah, there's your win. All right. So a little misfire. Danhausen and FTR pick up the win on Dynamite. It looks like Danhausen's going to take the crutch. Or they're actually destroying the wheelchair and the crutch. Yeah, Bowens was like, hey, I didn't mean to do that, but... Yeah, he was going to hit the Danhausen was going to hit the GTS. He's a big Punk fan on the Ass Boys, but then Bowens got into the ring, and then Danhausen ducked. He hit with the crutch, and then Danhausen with the cover as everybody else got pulled ringside and cover 1, 2, 3, and Danhausen and FTR pick up the win on Dynamite. And now there's some confusion between the Acclaim and the Ass Boys on what the hell happened. They gonna turn on one another? I have to. Music cuts, and they're still in the ring. Yeah, the Ass Boys with the Acclaim, Billy Gunn, in between trying to separate. And then he's really pushing his kids back. Back the fuck off. Probably the right decision to split them from him, no doubt about it. But that'll do it for that. right, we're going to take a look at AEW and Ring of Honor. Samoa Joe, Jay Lethal. Yeah. Death Before Dishonor, that's probably when they'll have that title match. There's Sanjay Dutt. And then, of course, their version of the Great Khali, who hasn't done jack shit. Yeah. I mean, shit. Joe returned WrestleMania weekend and became once again the ROH TV champion. They really haven't done anything with any of this since. I'm just continuing to tease it on Dynamite. But yeah, they'll have Death Before Dishonor. I believe it's July 23rd. And that's when they'll have that title match. But we'll see what they do, AEW that is, with Ring of Honor. If they're going to continue it on, full time, or just a couple pay-per-views every once in a while, out of the blue, add some matches, and fans will be all right with it. Or if Ring of Honor is going to be back on TV, or what the hell's going to happen, who knows. But yeah, here comes Jade Cargill, who's still undefeated. She's 33-0, they say. Hell, she was 30-0 a little over 2 months ago. So she's barely wrestled in the past 2 months. But she's still the TBS Women's Champion. She's going to defend tonight against some no-name. But the baddies are in full force. And, yeah, Jade Cargill with Stokely. And Layla Gray's her opponent. She's 0-4 this year, it says. And her debut was a year and a half ago. So, yeah, another win for Jade Cargill here. Rick Knox, your official. But the baddies are in recruiting mode right now as well due to some injuries. But, yeah, here's this match. They gave that six-man tag not even 15 minutes with a commercial break. And now here's this. They'll give this probably about the same, I would think. Yeah, Blood and Guts match going to be an hour long. But Jade Cargill just going to town and be shocking if she loses. Jade, AEW's Bianca Belair. I mean, honestly, right now, she's their top woman. Because they haven't done jack shit with Thunder Rosa. That's the thing. Everybody wanted her to be champion. And then when she became champion, it's like, no, like, she doesn't need the title now. Because you're not doing anything with her. But yeah, here, Jade getting rolled up, cover 1, 2, kick out. Nice big running bulldog, but yeah, Jade Cargill sort of pushed her off at the last second, and then a big boot once she got back up, and now she's got her in position for big power slam there. Here's your cover. 1, 2, 3. And that does it. A match not even 3 minutes long. So of all the matches tonight, 2 went 15, the other 2 went less than 5. And we still have Blood and Guts, and that'll be an hour long. Jade Cargill now 34-0. Is Ember Moon coming out? Athena? Is she going to challenge? She should. Stokely going to be on the mic. But he says so. Jade's tired of people bitching and moaning. Well, get in line. Give me some real competition. All he says is, wow. She's fired up. I know why. What happened? Stokely calls Athena and Chris Statlander lazy. The fallen goddess. Athena and Statlander running down to the ring. Couple drop kicks and a big boot. What, a women's tag team match now with these four? Ember Moon going up top. But Jade, or actually that Layla Gray that Jade just beat, she's joining the baddies, it looks like. She's attacking Ember. She's attacking Chris Statlander. Yeah, because they're down. Who is it that's injured? If anybody knows, let me know in the comments below. But, alright. I mean, eventually she's going to lose, right? I mean, Jade's a good heel. Still to come, well, up next, Blood and Guts. Alright, so we'll have the entrances. And then an hour match. We'll have a Grand Slam promo, though, in the meantime. Grand Slam going to be a few weeks after All Out. AEW All Out Labor Day weekend. Grand Slam mid-September. They'll have the anniversary show. They'll get to Full Gear. Couple holiday shows, ringing the new year, and on the road to Revolution again. And Double or Nothing, then Forbidden Door. Okay, so a Grand Slam promo, and then commercial break. We'll get back to it with Blood and Guts coming up next, so stay tuned. We'll see the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society go one-on-one, technically 6-on-6. We'll see what the rules are. If, they're going to keep it the same as they did last year, or, changing it at all. But don't you in the mouth, but I won't. I won't. The hell I won't. But, we'll see if Blood and Guts makes my day or not. But, it's time to paint Detroit red. And we'll see if, either the Blackpool Combat Club or the Jericho Appreciation Society tonight pick up the win. Let me know in the comments below. But whoever loses will have to get off my lawn. So yeah. I mean, the build for Forbidden Door and the build, especially for Blood and Guts, that I honestly thought should have been early May like it was last year, or next or the following week after that. They need to space some of the stuff out a little bit better, I think. Like I said, on Sunday night, Forbidden Door should be like mid-July, because then that's from Double or Nothing to Forbidden Door to All Out. about a month and a half in between both. Rather than about a month and then a little over 2 months with a couple TV specials in between. But, I mean, when they could have done Blood and Guts, earlier this year, they really didn't have the factions yet. So they had to sort of put that on the back burner and, until they have done what they did, at Double or Nothing with Anarchy in the arena, and now the Jericho Appreciation Society having the man advantage tonight at Blood and Guts. But, we'll see what happens here. But in the meantime, here we go. And then there were only two, the Young Bucks backstage. First ever two-time AEW World Tag Team Champions. The Undisputed Elite, all injured. Brandon's not filming this? What the hell? They don't have any friends. Somebody's going to walk in. Except for these guys. The titles are their friends. Alright. Young Bucks going to defend. We're getting a tag team title match Friday night on Rampage. Got a new cameraman in Fred. I don't know where the hell Brandon's at, but yeah, Fred was doing the video work. Blood and Guts. Jim Ross. He gets the entrance music and all live on Dynamite. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Dun, 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 Young Bucks against Goto and Yoshihashi for the AEW tag team titles on Rampage Friday night. Nyla Rose and Toni Storm as well. And then a winner receives the first shot at interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley, a Royal Rampage, or have a huge-ass battle royal. But up next, Blood and Guts between the Blackpool Combat Club and the Jericho Appreciation Society. So they're going to lower Blood and Guts. A War Games match, if you will. Two steel cages put together. As it'll cover two rings side by side. And welcome to hell. Who's getting thrown off this thing tonight is the question. Because you know damn well somebody will. It's just a matter of who. Should be the third Blood and Guts match tonight. It's only the second, though, because the first one it never happened. They're going to give us a video package on how we got here. Chris Jericho, who is now a Wizard. Formerly a part of the Inner Circle, now Jericho Appreciation Society. Has Jake Hager, Sammy Guevara, Daniel Garcia 2.0 taking on the Blackpool Combat Club with the new interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Wild Thing John Moxley. Wheeler Yuta still in the Blackpool Combat Club, but Claudio, formerly known as Cesaro, will replace Bryan Danielson because of injury, as he did on Sunday Forbidden Door as well against Zack Sabre Jr. And then you'll also have Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz with William Regal as the manager. So, blood and guts rather than it's War Games. But, yeah, last year at War Games, blood and guts, so says William Regal now. Yeah, it was the Inner Circle and the Pinnacle with MJF defeating Chris Jericho. Eddie brought a gas can down to the ring during Double or Nothing, Anarchy in the Arena. Meantime, Jericho's still spitting fireballs because he's a fucking wizard and doing whatever the hell he wants. But, yeah. This is going to get very bloody and gutty. Blood and Guts. Blood and Guts begins with one member from each team for a 4-minute period. After the 4 minutes have expired, one member of the Jericho Appreciation Society will enter, giving a 2-on-1 advantage because they have the advantage following Forbidden Door. Each team will then alternate. Once all 12 men have entered the cage, the Blood and Guts match will officially begin. The only way to win is to make your opponent submit or surrender. Referees will be stationed around the cage, as Blood and Guts is a 2-ring, 2-cage, hell of a match. Justin Roberts going to make the intros. This is Blood and Guts. It's the main event of the evening. We'll have an hour main event on Dynamite. And here comes the Jericho Appreciation Society. A bunch of sports entertainers. And the crowd will sing along to Judas. And Blood and Guts ain't gonna be as cold as December snow tonight by any means whatsoever. It's gonna be hotter than hell. What the fuck are they wearing? They're dressed in all red with top hats on. They look like fucking divos, who they look like. Jericho has Floyd. Of course, his baseball bat. Faked a fireball. What have I become? Now that I'm betrayed. Everything I've ever loved and pushed them all away. Judas in my mind. So, they'll walk around the ring. Sammy's actually trying to climb up top already. Judas in my mind. Jericho can add, hey, I've been in the first two, the only two, goddamn Tay, Blood and Guts matches. And he's going to lose both of them, quite frankly, as well. Alright, so they cut to commercial. We'll get the Blackpool Combat Club coming out next. I would think they're all going to come out the Wild Thing. They'll probably all come out through the crowd like they did for Double or Nothing for Anarchy in the Arena. And they should let the song play throughout the whole entire match like they did last time too. Until somebody, cuts the cord. But I doubt that because they already did it. And they just did it, a little bit ago. So you don't want to be dead horse with it. But, Jericho Appreciation Society have entered, and we're about to get the show on the road here in a second once we get back to it. But we'll technically have less than an hour main event once we get started. But technically the match doesn't officially begin until everybody's entered the match. So until all 12 have officially entered the match, well, yeah, that might go on for like a half hour or so, and then you have a 15-minute main event, basically. And the only way to win is by pinfall or surrender. So we'll see how this goes, but I think, no doubt about it, the Blackpool Combat Club is going to come out on top with the W. Let me know in the comments below what you think. And just once again, thank you for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description. Thumbs up button. Share, hashtag Blood and Guts. Chat questions and comments, super chats, super stickers, super likes. Always greatly appreciated. And double more commercials before we get back to it. Here comes Eddie Kingston. And Eddie's got a new t-shirt. Has a picture of him on it with his name, Eddie Kingston, but it's the picture of him walking to the ring carrying the gas can. Which is how I look, walking around the neighborhood cutting grass. There's Santana and Ortiz. And Claudio. As Wheeler Yuta and William Regal follow. Claudio is all in with AEW. He's all elite. And Regal going to be on commentary. Hello, man. And the mask. And now here comes the new interim AEW World Heavyweight Champion, the Wild Thing, Jon Moxley. And I'm sure right now there's a blonde in Cleveland, Ohio that hates this fucking song. We'll see if the Blackpool Combat Club will throw the heater tonight to close out Dynamite. Like Rick Vaughn. But Mox, your new world champion once again on an interim basis because Punk will return at some point in time. But Moxley entering through the crowd as he always does. Show. Mox is having some trouble getting to the ring. He's still walking around. And he now jumps the barricade. Tells Eddie, let's fucking go. So the Inner Circle, I mean the Jericho Appreciation Society, because half of the 6 originally wasn't in the Inner Circle, but Jericho, Hager, and Sammy Guevara are still intact. With Daniel Garcia in 2.0. Take on the Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley, Claudio, Wheeler Yuta, Eddie Kingston, and Santana Ortiz. Claudio going to start things off. Claudio and Sammy Guevara starting things off tonight inside Blood and Guts. Or that's Daniel Garcia, excuse me. Daniel Garcia. Or that is Sammy. Him and Daniel Garcia look alike, that's why. And they had the camera zoomed out. Can't really tell. Because they're all in red to begin with. So, yeah. Claudio counting down 3, 2, 1. Here we go. And then they get roughed up in between the 2 rings. Now they're fighting in the 1 ring. But remember, the bell officially hasn't rung yet because this match is not officially started, or won't officially start, until all 12 competitors have entered. So, it's 6-on-6. Here are the first 2. Claudio with a couple uppercuts in the corner. Sammy pushing him back like, hey, give me a minute. Let me unclip. A couple big chops. That barely did a damn thing. A couple big uppercuts. Now he's going to rip his shirt off. There's some more uppercuts for you. And chops. Sammy just laying on his head. Now they're going to fight towards the Sammy's literally crawling all over the inside of the cage now. Yeah, they're fighting in the corner of the JAS. Sammy now tied up in the ropes. But this is an open cage. It does not have a roof to it. Sammy's literally jumping off the ropes. And then takes a bow. Nobody cares. And then he flips off Claudio. Every 4 minutes. So we'll see if they put a countdown clock on. But every 4 minutes. I'm pretty sure the crowd's chanting, "Fuck you, Sammy." So they pan to Tay as Sammy just took out Claudio. They'll kiss through the cage. I'm surprised as Claudio's back up on his feet and he's going to take Sammy for a little spin. Here comes Daniel Garcia in a do-rag. Or is that Vince McMahon from circa 2007? So 2-on-1 advantage now for the Jericho Appreciation Society. Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia against Claudio. And they'll take a split-screen commercial. They'll take a split-screen commercial. So we'll get back to the action here momentarily. It looks like this whole entire commercial break is going to be controlled and owned by the JAS, taking out Claudio. But he'll get a man in his corner to even things out here in a second. Every 4 minutes, a couple more minutes, it'll be 2-on-2, 3-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-4, 5-on-5, 6-on-5, 6-on-6, and then the match officially begins. And then all hell's going to break loose for blood and guts. And then we'll fight to the death. But, yeah, I was surprised that Sammy didn't want to do anything else to Tay through the cage. You know, they kissed. I mean, why not turn into a glory hole for her? But at the same time, like, there would probably be people bitching about it, but oh well. Yeah, a shit ton of people would probably, especially with her, fucking love that. But I'll digress. I'm gonna get off topic for Blackpool Combat and Jericho Appreciation Society. Claudio up against Sammy and his do-rag friend and Daniel Garcia. He reverses a double vertical suplex and takes them both out. AEW Rampage. They announced a tag team title match for Friday, a Rampage Royal, Battle Royal to determine Mox's first challenger, it looks like. And we'll see who wins that. We'll know those results by the end of the night. But here we go, back to it. Claudio getting head thrown into the turnbuckle. 5 seconds. It'll be 2-on-2 here in 3, 2, 1, and it's going to be Wheeler Yuta, it looks like. It'll be Wheeler Yuta joining Claudio to take on Sammy Guevara and Daniel Garcia inside Blood and Guts. Ooh. Wheeler Yuta takes out Sammy. And now a couple suplexes to Daniel Garcia. Make that 3. 4. Wheeler Yuta going to be a mayor of Suplex City by the end of the night now as well. Yeah, he's going to 4 suplexes to Sammy. There's 2. But then Claudio says, I'll uppercut him before you suplex him. So Wheeler Yuta just suplexed Sammy and DG a total of 7 times between the two. But before too long, remember, it'll be 3-on-2. It'll be 3-on-2 here for the Jericho Appreciation Society. We'll see who enters. But in the meantime, both with the T-shirts, Claudio and Wheeler are trying to choke out Sammy and Danny Garcia. That was a quick 4 minutes. It was most definitely not 4 minutes. Here comes Jake Hager. Oh, who cares? He hasn't done a damn thing in AEW. He catches Wheeler Yuta off the top rope, slams him down. Claudio picks up Daniel Garcia, gonna throw him into the one ring as Jake Hager throws Wheeler into the other ring, and now they stare each other down. Two former WWE guys, Cesaro and Jack Swagger, are going to go at it for the ECW Championship inside Blood and Guts. Off the ropes. We want who? Somebody just rang the bell. But yeah, 3-on-2. That was a very quick 4 minutes for Hager to enter. And now we'll see who enters for the Blackpool Combat Club. Because, you know damn well, everybody loves themselves some BCC. And if you think I said it with two B's and one C, well, get your head out of the gutter. Wheeler Yuta with a big ass drop kick off the top rope, right to the chest of Hager. Yeah, Claudio working Sammy into the corner. Now going back to Big Jake. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Shit, it's going to be Mox right now. John Moxley has entered Blood and Guts. Steel chair right off of Hager. And going after Daniel Garcia and Sammy Guevara. Double clothesline to both of them into the corner. Figured Moxley and Jericho would be the last two to enter. Moxley throws down Sammy. But at the same time, maybe he wanted to get in, get warmed up a little bit, and then, do what they're going to do for the finish at the end of the show. Fuck him up, Moxley. Fuck him up. This is insanity, says William Regal, who is on commentary. Garcia's getting his face stretched against the cage, yeah. More like grated. Where's the cheese at? Sammy, face first off of a steel chair. Was that a knife? Or is that a fork? What silverware is that? Is it a spork? Did Eddie hand Moxley something through the cage? Daniel Garcia's going to be busted open here second if he isn't already. Moxley and Yuta. Yeah, Daniel Garcia is really bleeding. Moxley going to pick him up. Wheeler Yuta off the ropes. This big clothesline. So they celebrate as a team. Gonna get Sammy up on his feet. A press into the air, and then a diamond cutter by Moxley. And now Wheeler Yuta is going to go up top. And nice big splash. So yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society being taken out by the Blackpool Combat Club here. Moxley working Hager, Claudio working Daniel Garcia, and Wheeler Yuta working Daniel Garcia. And they all just start elbowing one another. Countdown clock back 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and one half of 2.0 gonna enter. This is myself, Cool Hand Luke. This is Angelo Parker. And now they got him trapped into the corner. He somehow escapes, rolls into the other ring. Remember, the Jericho Appreciation Society has a 4-on-3 advantage right now, but they're chasing him around. He grabs a steel chair, now back into the other ring. He's just trying to run around and buy some time. But Claudio finally catches him. And throws him back. Wheeler Yuta slams him down. And Moxley with an uppercut. Cesaro with an uppercut. Wheeler Yuta with an uppercut. He tries punching, but nobody's there. Another uppercut. And he's down and out. Hey, let's just rest. Yeah, Moxley going to start doing some push-ups. Yeah, let's just take a seat. Relax. Blackpool Combat Club down one right now. In full control of the Jericho Appreciation Society. Cesaro gets thrown into the cage by Hager, Mox, and Daniel Garcia is still working on there. There's Sammy. Or that is Sammy and Parker. Garcia's with Wheeler Yuta. Yeah, Hager just went down on the lower body of Cesaro with the steel chair. Yuta drop kicked into the corner by Garcia. Moxley going to rip his belt off? No? Claudio, the steel chair shot to the back. Countdown clock. Back at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It'll be 4-on-4 in a second. But as Ortiz tries to enter, they try to, hey, not let him in. He's got his face all painted up. Remember, he's bald now because he got his head shaved because he lost against Chris Jericho a couple weeks ago. He goes after the Jericho Appreciation Society, clotheslines them. Inner Circle. That's what the JAS, 3 of the 6 are still original Inner Circle members. Because they haven't done a damn thing with Jake Hager. They tried getting Sammy over, but it didn't work, so they put him back with Jericho. Take a split screen commercial, we'll get back to it in a second. But, then they add in Daniel Garcia and 2.0 because they're trying to get them over as well. Why not up against, or with Chris Jericho? Because in the long run, it'll work. Doesn't matter when. But, yeah, it's 4-on-4. We have Claudio, Moxley, Wheeler Yuta, and now Ortiz. either Santana or Ortiz, up against, as it looks like Jericho is going to be the last enter for Jericho Appreciation Society. Why the hell not? I mean, the team bears his name, for God's sakes. I thought Moxley would have been last too for Blackpool Combat Club, but obviously not. Thumbtacks. But yeah, we still have Eddie Kingston and one half of Santana and Ortiz, with one half 2.0 and Jericho to enter as well. But yeah, the Jericho Appreciation Society, we got Sammy, Garcia, Hager, and one half 2.0. So it's 4-on-4 until this match becomes 6-on-6. It is officially not official until then, which should be soon, I would think, within the next 10 to 15 minutes. We still got another half hour or so to go here on Dynamite tonight, and we'll see what ends up happening. So stay tuned. Here comes the other half, 2.0, Matt. He brings a steel chair with him. Just right to Claudio, right to Moxley. They have a 5-on-4 advantage again. So the other half of Santana Ortiz, the winner, Jericho, and then Kingston, and then we'll be at it. Oh, that's broken glass that Moxley had dumped into the ring, and then a pile driver. Yeah, but wait, there's more. What is this, a fucking OxyClean commercial? Billy Mays has been dead. And info commercials haven't been the same since. Blood and Guts in the 4-1-2 next year. How about it, AEW? Yeah, until all 12 have entered, this match technically is not official. We want tables. When don't they want tables? Moxley's fucking, like, his face is ripped open. His forehead's like ripped open. Like he has a flab of skin just hanging there. Jesus Christ, dude. He's bleeding pretty bad. Garcia's busted open. Everybody's bleeding now, it seems like. Here comes Santana Ortiz. They're going to bring a table. Who would have thought? Because the crowd wants it. There you go. There's the table. And Ortiz is in. Here comes Santana. And now he's got the barbed wire baseball bat as well. Yeah. Eddie should bring in a fucking gas can. Yeah, and make sure Eddie has a gas can to go in with. Can light that fire. Jericho will be next, then Eddie Kingston, and then we'll be on. There's some suplexes. Half-assed rock bottom. Tay's face says it all for a few people. Moxley's like, he has a piece of skin just hanging there. Like, his forehead's like fucking ripped open, it feels like. Matt has the barbed wire baseball bat. Claudio with a nice big uppercut. Jericho's coming in next, and he, of course, has Floyd. He'll bring him in. Is that a fork once again by Moxley? And then he has... What the hell is he... Is that a pair of scissors? Or those are... Yeah, those are spikes. But then he gets low blowed as they fall to the ground. More of a stake than a spike. Yeah, like a whole fucking pocket full. How do we not notice those? Is Tay going to get in on this match too? I'm sure when it's her time of the month, she's already bloody enough, but yeah. Jericho coming in right about now. Double vertical suplex. Matt has the barbed wire baseball bat over Moxley. Jericho's entering for the Jericho Appreciation Society. Now only we need Eddie Kingston and Blood and Guts is official. Jericho with Floyd right to Cesaro. Ortiz fighting back. Nice big DDT on Chris. The Wizard. Jericho. Steel chair. Sammy off the top rope. A nice big cutter. Wheeler Yuta from behind. Suplex to Sammy. Tay talking it over with Sammy. Jake Hager, nice big spine buster on Wheeler. Eddie chant from the crowd. Eddie Kingston about to enter. And yeah, we'll go 20-25 minutes with 12 on 12. Claudio, nice big uppercut to Garcia. Jericho the code breaker. Jericho standing by himself. We need Eddie Kingston. And where's the gas can at? He's going to bring a couple kendo sticks with him. Eddie Kingston in the ring. And here we go. He just walks right past 2.0, beats him with the kendo sticks. Fall the hell down, dude. Got hit 3 times now. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 times with kendo sticks and you don't fall down. You ever hear selling? Jericho trying to run for his life. Eddie Kingston tracking him down. He should have brought a gas can in with him. I mean, he technically did. It's on his t-shirt, but Jericho now getting beat with the kendo stick. He's got a bottle of something. Is that gas or water? Oh, it was rubbing alcohol is what it was. Okay. Jesus Christ, he's really... Angela is really bleeding. Dude is drenched in blood. Ortiz with a steel chair right to the back and face of Jake Hager. Right to the head of Sammy and Matt Menard as well. This is awesome chant. Tay's handing Jericho something. And it's the rubbing alcohol. I don't think they can fit it through the hole. There they go. Well, it's squirting. Radio Shack tweeted right at the perfect time for Tay Conte to squirt some rubbing alcohol on Chris Jericho. Or squirt whatever the hell is in that bottle. Maybe it's some juice, maybe it's some water, maybe it is rubbing alcohol. But marry her, Sammy. He is. He proposed to her. They're engaged. So Jericho has that rubbing alcohol now. There's a table set up in between the 2 rings. Cesaro are rubbing it down. Eddie's got a steel chair right to Jake Hager. All right, Wheeler and Moxley just took out Garcia. It looked like Cesaro with a big boot after an uppercut. Ortiz and Kingston gonna powerbomb Hager through that table they set up in between the 2 rings. All right. Yeah. It doesn't matter who's going to win that Battle Royal because they won't beat Mox probably. Whenever Punk comes back, Mox will lose. MJF will come out. We'll get MJF Punk for the title. Moxley with, what are those, t-shirts? Now they look like sacks of, broken glass, thumbtacks. Yeah, those are thumbtacks. It won't be marshmallows, says JR. No shit, you don't say. Holy shit, you have enough thumbtacks there. They basically just piled them the whole entire center of the ring. And in the other ring, Claudio's ripping the mat apart. You like thumbtacks? Well, you will now. Mox. Jesus Christ. Matt Menard yelling, fuck, 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 the top of his lungs. Claudio sent him to the cage. Sammy with a big knee. And who the hell is that climbing out of this and hanging from his feet now with blood drenching? That's Parker, yeah. Jesus Christ, they're going to take a split screen commercial. It's probably the last break of the evening. Matt Menard literally back full of thumbtacks. Moxley has somebody in a headlock. Now he's going to face first into the tax, maybe. There's Jericho with that rubbing alcohol. Or what? I doubt it's rubbing alcohol. It's probably just water. He squirts him with it, and then the Judas effect. I said Sunday. I think Jericho could honestly be along with Omega if he returned, but it doesn't look like it. Not anytime soon, at least. Jericho could be, next in line for Mox for the title. But at the end of the day, once again, it's going to be Moxley holding on the title. They could have him drop it, lose to whoever. Punk returns. Punk's going to win that match. MJF comes out. You get CM Punk and MJF for the World Heavyweight Championship at that point. So Jericho working Moxley. Surprised Jericho's not bleeding yet. Hell, a little bit ago, Moxley had like half his forehead hanging from his head. Surprised his brain wasn't sticking out. Jericho throwing Mox into the side of the cage. Moxley with a DDT on Jericho. No, Jericho reversing with a low blow there. Remember, those thumbtacks are still there. DDT from Jericho to Moxley, right face first into the thumbtacks. Jericho now the steel chair. Gonna throw that over and hit Eddie Kingston. Back from split screen, Jericho gonna put Moxley in the walls as he's dragging him through the thumbtacks in the middle of the ring. He's literally just dragging him around in circles. Now he's gonna put him in the walls. Eddie gonna come break it up. Yeah. Since this match is now official, it's been 12 on 12 for about 10 minutes. Pinfall or surrender, the only way to win. Eddie gonna pick up a handful of thumbtacks, throw them at Jericho's face. Eddie gonna chase down Jericho again. They're in the far left ring, the one that's all ripped up. About halfway through, Kingston reversed and then threw Jericho into the other side of the cage. Now he's got that barbed wire baseball bat. But then Jericho has a fire extinguisher, but Kingston wasn't even there. Tay, remember, still ringside. And did she just throw the ref? Yeah, Tay just threw the fucking ref into the cage, so now she's got the keys, and Tay Conte is unlocking the Blood and Guts door. Here, why the fuck is Ruby Soho running down the ring? Okay, I was going to say, is Tay wearing anything under that dress? Because for a second, it doesn't look like it. But Tay and Ruby are now fighting. They're going to fight to the back. Remember, this cage door is open, though. Okay, just to give Jericho the chance to climb up top. And Eddie's going to follow. Eddie's just laughing. Like, you stupid son of a bitch. Like, what are you doing? Jericho's going to get thrown off of this again 2 years in a row. Jericho's on top of Blood and Guts. Eddie Kingston and Chris Jericho on top of Blood and Guts. And Eddie's going to bite him in the ear. There's a Judas effect by Kingston to Chris Jericho. Sammy Guevara now coming up top. Eddie says, hey, Jericho, look down here. That's where your ass is going. There's a table set up down there. That's the ring announce table. Timekeeper's area. Yep, by MJF. So Sammy and Chris Jericho are up on the top of this with Eddie Kingston. Sammy might be the one going through it, or getting thrown off rather than Jericho. Yeah. I think Sammy's going to get thrown off now rather than Jericho by Kingston. AEW chant. Jericho just said something to Sammy. I don't know what, but yeah, Sammy's getting thrown off. Eddie with a low blow to Guevara. Jericho just still laying there. But then Eddie, hey, you motherfucker, flips him off. Yeah, Sammy's getting thrown off here through the table. Yep, there you go. Boom. Eddie just threw Sammy off the top of the cage. And Eddie just laughing his ass off. Blood and Guts will continue. They're going to take another break with 10 minutes to go. All right, so this will give Kingston and Jericho time to get down, if they are getting down before the end of this match. They probably will, but we're going to rock and roll all night to the end of this on hashtag AEW Dynamite. Once again, thanks for tuning in and listening. Blood and Guts, 10 minutes left. We'll see who comes out on top here, but Sammy Guevara just got thrown off the top by Eddie Kingston. And remember, we still got action going on down in the ring. We still have Jon Moxley, Santana and Ortiz, along with Wheeler, Yuta, and Claudio. Eddie Kingston on the top. Guevara just got put through the table. Jericho's up top. And then you have Garcia 2.0 and Jake Hager. So 12 on 12, match still ongoing. Now on the top of the Blood and Guts cage, it's Chris Jericho and Eddie Kingston. He's still chasing them around, for God's sakes. They're on their knees, rights and left, back and forth. Somebody might be going through the center of this, like straight down and into the ring. But I won't. I won't. The hell I won't.
It's a relationship. Are we dying to see body sharing?
Back to it. Here we go. Final minutes of Blood and Guts. Eddie Kingston, Chris Jericho on top of the cage. Who knows what everybody else is doing down below. Jericho going to put Eddie in the walls on the top. Well, actually, ringside now. Ortiz and looked like Matt Menard were fighting. Here comes Claudio climbing the top of the Blood and Guts cage. Gonna come help Eddie. And he goes and big kick to Jericho. Claudio checking in on Eddie. Claudio's not turning on him, is he? Claudio ain't going to join the Jericho Appreciation Society. There's bad blood, of course, supposedly, with Eddie and Claudio, but Claudio's taking Jericho for some swings on top of the cage. Holy shit. Make sure you don't drop him midair off the side. And now he's going to put him in a sharpshooter? No. Who is that? Matt Menard from behind. All right, so all this is going to end at the top. They're going to have a pinfall on the top. Crowd counts 1, 2, 3. Are they all going to jump off? Menard trying to pick up Cesaro. He can't. Claudio going to put a sharpshooter in on him. Eddie going to put a submission in on Jericho. They're going to get a double tap out. Blackpool Combat Club for the win here. Eddie going to break Jericho's arm in the process. Matt Menard taps out. Matt Menard taps out. So Eddie and Jericho, like, they didn't tap out. Claudio's celebrating as they rang the bell. Hey, Eddie's like, what the fuck? Jericho didn't tap. He tapped out, though. So the Blackpool Combat Club are your winners, as expected. Eddie's pissed off. What's new there? As Claudio celebrates. So they could have something between the two of them now. Jericho's yelling down to the timekeeper, like, why the fuck you ring the bell? Like, I didn't tap out. But Menard did tap out. Here's a shit ton of highlights now from this match over the past almost hour or so on Dynamite for Blood and Guts. But good show. I mean, the first hour was alright, whatever. Best match was no doubt about it, the six-man tag with Caster and the Ass Boys taking on Danhausen and FTR. I mean, match of the night, though. I mean, Blood and Guts, no doubt about it. I didn't honestly think it was as... I mean, Jericho, I guess he sort of was tapping out at the same time as Matt Menard, but it didn't look like it. So I can understand why they're pissed off. Hey, I didn't get my guy to tap out, says Eddie. Like, you won this match for us, but oh well, like, move on. Live another day. But, yeah, I mean, I didn't think this Blood and Guts match tonight was as good as the one last year. But nothing's going to top the first ever of whatever. You know, it's like the first movie in a sequel of movies. Like, the first is always better than the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. however hell many they make. But I mean, at the same time, they're all going to be different though too, and that's the thing. Especially with pro wrestling, like they don't need to be the same because if they were the same, it'd be stale. Like you want something different. You want it to be new, fresh, even though it is the same type of match. Like, yeah, Jericho's been in it twice. He's lost now twice, but Blackpool Combat Club with the win. Rampage on Friday night. We'll see what happens with the taping following Dynamite right now. They'll probably start that in a good 15, 20 minutes or so. They got a Battle Royal to determine Moxley's first challenger for the interim AEW World title. But hopefully everybody has a happy and safe 4th of July weekend. And AEW's on the road to All Out now. We got 2 months to build towards that following Blood and Guts here tonight, coming over Forbidden Door this past Sunday. But here tonight to close out Dynamite Blood and Guts, the Blackpool Combat Club pick up the win over the Jericho Appreciation Society, and they stand tall on the top of the Blood and Guts cage, arms in air, with Claudio's music playing rather than Wild Thing or Eddie's music. But yeah, good match. Good match. Eddie's like, hey, I was trying to get him to tap too. Menard tapped. They rang the bell. It should have been simultaneously, but he obviously tapped too soon. Yeah, they got a TNT title match next week on Dynamite as well, along with the Battle Royal this Friday in Rampage, and a tag team title match with the Young Bucks. But WWE Money in the Bank is also this weekend, Saturday night from Sin City, Las Vegas, Nevada. So be sure to tune in live right here on YouTube for live watch-along reactions of that. And that'll do it for AEW Dynamite Blood and Guts, with the Blackpool Combat Club picking up the win over the Jericho Appreciation Society. So thank you for tuning in and listening to my live watch-along reactions live right here on YouTube. So yeah, that'll do it for myself, your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cohen Luke 96. Just once again, thank you for tuning in and listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on social media. Links in the description below. And hope everybody now on Saturday night for live watch-along reactions of WWE Money in the Bank. That'll hopefully set the course for the next calendar year for whoever does in fact end up winning both men's and women's briefcases, in which they'll have a contract to cash in anytime, anywhere for a championship opportunity. But for AEW Blood and Guts, Blackpool Combat Club with the win, and WWE Money in the Bank Saturday night. So be sure to tune in for those live watch-along reactions live here on YouTube once again. But just thank you for tuning in tonight, and I'll see everybody later on, officially July the 2nd. So as we close out June following Forbidden Door and Blood and Guts, Money in the Bank is next. So let me know in the comments below, of course, what you thought of Blood and Guts tonight. And once again, thanks for tuning in and listening, and hope to see everybody on Saturday for WWE Money in the Bank.